Man, listen, man, who cares? Man, kill that noise.
Bfam, brothers from another mother, letting y'all know there ain't no other brothers. Where the day don't matter where you from. Bfam, we changing it up. 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 Yeah, Bfam.
Crazy, man.
Baby, Aconnectiontv. I want to shout out Mr. Art.
Bfam.
Brothers from another mother. Hey, I want to shout out Mr. Art for doing this, doing these shirts.
I love this shirt
because they are A-OK awesome.
Yes, sir. We got more shirts coming.
Slide over a little bit.
Oh, my fault.
How is it? There we go. I think there we go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what's going on, everybody? I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv.
And I'm Centric. That's C-E-N-T-R-I-Q. A lot of y'all be spelling it C-E-N-T-R-I-C. That's the channel Centric. I'm the artist Centric. So that's C-E-N-T-R-I-Q. And you can follow me at Twitter at Centric Forever. And well,
shout out to BET for Centric.
Yeah.
But this particular video is going to be about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has happened, y'all. God damn it. And I have a lot on my mind. And I'm sure Centric has a lot on his mind. But before we get into that, I definitely want you guys to thumb up this video real quick. And share it and like it. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. And all that good jazz. Get comfortable and relax because this is going to be a nice little video. Okay. So first of all, I want to talk about Hunger Games.
Oh, did you see it?
Yes,
I have.
Yes! Great! That's a beautiful thing. Because now we can talk about it.
I think I like that. Pass me that hat. Because everybody wearing hats on the camera and everything like that. I mean, it
has a lot of cat hair on it.
I don't think they'll see that on the camera though. Can y'all see the cat hair on the camera?
All right.
How I look?
Get into it.
It look bad?
Get into it.
You know I don't have my glasses, so all I'm seeing is just figures.
I think it's okay.
You think it's okay?
I think.
Maybe the fitted?
Yeah, try that.
Let me get the fitted.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, because you making me feel bad. You making me feel all naked.
I see the cat hair. I don't know if the camera see the cat hair though.
All right. Okay.
So, I've been hearing about Hunger Games since the first trailer came out, and everybody was going all the rave about it, and this is going to be a hot movie, it's going to be the next Twilight, so forth and so on.
Next Twilight?
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So forth and so on, making this huge spectacle about it. So I'm like, what the hell is this movie about? I use my iPad to figure it out, look at the trailer myself. I cannot understand what the hell this movie is about. Why am I to be concerned with this movie? So
I didn't even know it was a book, and I didn't even know it was a 3-part series at that. I didn't know anything about it.
So there is going to be more.
Yeah, it's going to be more.
Oh, child!
You didn't think that from the ending?
I knew that it could potentially be more, but from what I was thinking, well, we can't really say talk about the ending on here. But yeah, when the guy walked up the stairs, the way that he walked up the stairs, I was like, well, he is pissed.
Well, I mean, he said that. Don't you remember? Oh, well. See, you can't, because if we give away too much.
And then at the end, when the dude was holding up the daughter, the guy that was holding up the daughter, you know how he felt about the whole situation.
Yeah.
So you have a great story
between them two.
Right. You have a great story to come out of this, but
yeah,
I do have to say that I was pleasantly surprised with Hunger Games. I actually liked.
It was a good movie.
Hunger Games.
It was a good movie. You know what Hunger Games did for me? It did what Avatar and Lord of the Rings did for me. It was like something.
Yeah.
It was something new, something innovative, something like that you have not seen before. I mean, you've seen like the storyline was kind of reminiscent of that. Remember that when they put those ex-cons on like an island and they had to kill each other? Who would?
I can't remember the name of the movie, but yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was something like that, but nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like this is something where it wasn't no ex-cons. I mean, at the end of the day, when it's an ex-con killing each other, it's like, whatever.
Right.
When you're putting innocent little boys and girls, you know, against one another, like, to kill each other, that's a little intense.
I could not fathom how we would be able to live in a world that would think that it is okay. Like, okay. So I'm going to give you the short skinny of the movie.
Yeah, because not too many people, I think, didn't we just give it away?
No, we didn't really. I mean, they talk about it in the trailer. Basically,
kind of.
You know, the world that they live in, they've created this game called the Hunger Games.
Yeah, well, it's Panem. It's a different country. It's called Panem. The country itself is Panem. It's no longer America. America has now reached famine, the famine age, and that's FAMINE, famine. What else? Just basically, this is like a not too distant future of America, but now the country is no longer America.
And they had just ended a huge war.
They have one capital, 12 districts.
Right. And they feel that they have to. Anyways, what the capital does is they take 2 individuals from each district and put them in this, what they call the Hunger Games. And it's this huge spectacle, like a huge reality series, if you will, where all of the districts watch these 2 individuals representing their districts and the other districts. They go after each other, and only one person is supposed to come out and survive this.
Out of 24 people.
Out of 24 people. And they put kids in this situation. Like, I was really watching this and I'm like, this is some real barbaric,
sick
and twisted shit.
It was hard for me to watch because I usually don't watch films that are like really that you know, intense. And then I can't do it.
That, like, the whole system about it was just really crazy, and how the viewers and the audience were really getting into it, like, yay, you know.
But the entire time, not even just the point where they, you know, they actually, you know, counted down to the start of the games. This was like, you know, like, even for like, it's almost like American Idol, you know, like how, you know, you're introduced to who's going to be on the show, and they go through interviews. Like, this movie actually brought you in depth of like how serious they take this event and this series that they have going on. You know, they went as far as to dressing them up, and the people that come from these districts, they're almost starving. Like, you know, like
and
you know, like these are people that come from very poor civilizations, and it's like they bring them into like this rich world. You know, everything about it is something, you know, that they've never seen before. You know, and then just to kill each other. You know, it's like almost like a taste of heaven before you die. That's basically how I looked at it. And
I felt so bad watching this movie, and you really get involved in the characters, and you really like the characters, and you really stand up and chill. Like the theater that I was in, when I can't really say too much, but when the black guy had his moment, everybody was cheering in the movie theater. And then when certain individuals had to die or whatever, everybody was like real angry in the movie. Like, you really get involved and you feel it, and you're just like, oh my God, if this was New York and 2 people from each borough had to go and fight for it, like, it would just be insane. Like, this, that concept alone. So now that I've seen the movie and I really like the movie, I definitely feel that you guys need to go see this movie. It is well deserved. It is worth every penny. It's a great story. The acting is awesome. The protagonist, Prem, is her name. Is the character's name Prem?
You know what?
I want to say Prem, but
yeah, Prem.
If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But the protagonist in the movie, she does an awesome job.
Yeah, she did.
Lenny Kravitz does an awesome job.
Woody Harrelson. Everybody did a great job.
And there was a
lot of surprised people in this.
I did not know that Lenny Kravitz. Yeah,
I knew Lenny Kravitz from one of the parts in the trailer.
He gave
but I did not
girl, honey. He gave girl in this motherfucking film. I was like,
I did not know.
I was like, yes, bitch.
I didn't know
You
that
better-
Woody Harrelson was in the movie.
I didn't either.
He's actually, I favor him as an actor, and he did a good job in that.
Yeah,
movie
he
as
was good.
And then Donald Sutherland, of course, Keith Sutherland's father was in the movie. There were a lot of surprise people in this film that I did not know were going to be in the
And
film.
then you better wear that eyeshadow. You know what I mean? I was repping that. But anyways, definitely go check out Hunger Games. It is so hot. I spoke about American Idol in a video prior to this one. But I just recently watched the latest week or whatever. And I have to say that I am very sad that Erica was the one booted off. I really don't understand why Erica was the one booted off. If anything, Lee Hang or Hu Shang or whatever his name is, should have been booted off. Or at least Hee-Jun, yeah.
Hee-Jun or something like that. Hee-Jun.
Or at least. And I really didn't understand why the judges gave Elise a standing ovation for her performance, and then why Randy had the audacity to say that nobody could have done that ending run the way that she did. I really wasn't understanding that, because you clearly have.
We've clearly seen it before her and done way better than the way she did it. I mean, it was a good note at the end, but it wasn't
really
something shocking. It wasn't like something that gave me goosebumps. The note that gave me goosebumps was Jessica Sanchez.
Jessica Sanchez tore it.
That note, when she hit that high note, that gave me goosebumps. I don't know about that little run. They didn't really do much for me.
And I definitely have to apologize for calling her Jasmine. I was calling her Jasmine all in throughout the last video, but her name is Jessica Sanchez. She is an amazing talent. She is beautiful. DeAndre, I love DeAndre, and Joshua Ledet.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Like, this particular season is very. I like watching this season. So I definitely want you guys to watch this season. I just had to talk about that real quick, just to tell you guys to watch this season and make sure that the right person gets picked. If I had to give a top 5, I would definitely say Jessica, DeAndre, Joshua. A lot of people like Phillip, and a lot of people like Hee-Jun. But then again, I'll take Hee-Jun out and I'll put Skylar in, because a lot of people like Skylar too. And I kind of fast forwarded past her part, because the whole country thing it's whatever to me. But she's talented. She is. She's talented. So I'll definitely give her that. I will say that Skylar's gonna have an album after this particular season, and it's good that
most of them usually do.
Yeah.
The ones that
like
really, the ones that really go for it and
right,
have great representation.
Right.
They usually do.
Yeah.
And they usually end up selling more than the person that won anyway.
Right.
So
it's a win-win
Erica
situation.
getting kicked off, it didn't bother me, because I'm just like, she has an incredible talent. With that voice, she'll go far if she wants to make it happen.
And she had an amazing look. Oh my God, she looked so good with the black, short black. It was awesome. Tommy Hilfiger did his thing for that. I mean, P. Diddy, brother. P. Diddy.
Diddy is Diddy.
Diddy is definitely Diddy. Like, he's just crazy. Like, I just wasn't understanding, like, why. Just like the way he's just crazy. Like, he's just crazy. He had the audacity to be like, see, I'm. What did he say? Something like, I'm paid to really tell you the truth, and
I'm here to be honest.
Yeah, I'm here to be honest, and I really feel that I have to be honest with you. And Jessica was like, "Oh, okay. You don't need to really oversing the song or some shit." I was like, "Really?"
I didn't believe you.
I didn't believe anything that you were saying. You oversung the song. I was like, "All right, P. Diddy, you get up there and sing." But I really am digging American Idol. I really am. So you guys should definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Did you hear the Chris Brown and Nicki Minaj song?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have something to say about it?
I
don't really have much. All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Y'all know I'm a Nicki Minaj fan.
What is the name of the song? Tell the people the name of the song.
Right by My Side.
Okay.
I'm a Nicki Minaj.
Right.
I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm definitely a Chris Brown fan.
You know what I was thinking when I was listening to the song, because I was in the car.
Oh, you went in the car listening to
I was in the car.
Oh, so you got
I was listening to Tyga's new album.
Tyga's new album, I like.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I like Tyga's new album.
Return of the Last King or something about the Last King. Anyways, I'm sorry. The guy that I was driving with wanted to take
his album? You talking about the song?
The album.
No, his album is called Careless World.
Careless World, Return of the Last King.
Oh, I didn't
know. Yeah, it's extra. It's extra part to it. But I was listening to my album, vibing to my album, whatever, on my iPod. So my friend gets in the car and he's like, "Well, I want to hear. Can you hear this song?" And I'm like, "No, don't touch my music. I'm listening to Tyga right now. Are you serious? Don't touch my music." And he's like, "What? You like Tyga?" I'm surprised. I'm like, "Why are you surprised? I like hip hop." But there's only a select few artists that I'll actually listen to the whole hip hop album. And Tyga's album, I could listen to every freaking song on the album.
The production was sick on this album.
Awesome. Y'all need to get Careless World by Tyga. It's awesome.
You already know what my favorite song is.
Which one?
Crank This Motherfucker Up.
Okay.
That's my shit on that album.
Okay. That's the one with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's the one with Nicki Minaj, and I don't like.
Yeah, because you was talking about it last week. Yeah, yeah. I like Lil Homies. I like the Nicki Minaj song. I like Faded. Faded is awesome. Like, oh my god, the fucking album is ridiculous. But anyways, he asked if he could allow me to listen to the Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown song. I'm like, I heard about it already. I don't really need it. You messing up my Tyga mode. Like, really, don't mess with me in my Tyga. Anyways, he puts on the song, and I hear, damn, I can't even mimic what she was trying to do. But I hear her singing.
What she was trying to do.
And I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, all right. And then I hear her reaching, and I'm like, oh, Nicki. Oh, you go, girl. You tried it. Oh. And then the chorus comes on, and I'm like, all right, well, play that back. Let me hear that back again. Did she really try to do that? And then I hear it again, and I'm like, all right, I see what she was trying to do. I really do. I get it. And then when Chris did his part, I'm like, okay, this is the vibe of the song. I get it. Then the rap part comes, and I'm just like, what? I wasn't understanding the connection.
Yeah.
What I will say, though, is that the chorus, the hook, I love it. It's catchy. Although I really didn't jam with the song like that, the hook had me really vibing when the hook came on, and I'm like, all right, I see what they're saying, all right, I'm feeling them or whatever. But I just felt that the rap didn't need to be in it. If she was going to do that whole thing with the whole singing and then Chris Brown was going to, she didn't need to do the rap. Because although you were listening, like, I felt that
you kind of brought it down.
Right. I felt that you understood that she was trying to do something with the vocal, and it wasn't too terrible. It wasn't like we were expecting her to sing like Beyonce or anything. Mm-hmm. It wasn't terrible at all. Like, it really fit the mold of the song.
Well, she's not see, this is what people are failing to realize. She's not even a singer. She's a rapper. She's not a singer. Singers don't need auto-tune added to their vocals on every track that they're on. That's number one. Okay. If you're a singer, you don't need auto-tune or any sort of effect of any vocal added to your voice. So you're not a singer.
Right.
Okay? Granted, she does write songs, just like Drake writes songs, but they're not singers. And the problem that I'm having with Nicki Minaj now is that it seems like a lot of the tracks that she's dropping for this album, it's like, I can't even like get into it. It's like they don't match. Like, it's like I kind of feel like this album is really gonna be all over the place. Like, you're gonna have Stupid Home on the album. You're gonna have Starships on the album. Then you're gonna have the song with Chris Brown on the album. Then you just released another leak with 2 Chainz. I don't know if you heard that. IB's in the trap. Beat. And to me, like, for somebody who could, like, for a female that could really, really rap, and I'm like, my sister raps, you know what I'm saying, and Tice. And I respect females that can really go as hard as dudes, and being the fact that I've always looked at Nicki Minaj as somebody who can really go as hard as dudes, and then you got somebody like 2 Chainz, who I respect in the game too, but you got him coming harder on your own track that's going to be on your album than you did. I have a problem with that, Nicki. I really do. And this song with Chris Brown, it's like, it's not a bad song, but it's not a hit song. It's like, so far, every track that you've released off that album, it seems like Starships is the only one that's really, getting up there because, of course, it's a pop record, like, it's the one that you could dance to in a club and be like, like, when you're drunk and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, can you really, like, feel that song? I can't really feel that song.
I do not like starships.
I like so far every song that she's dropped, I can't honestly say, yo, I'm feeling it. I could say it sounds nice, it's cool. I'll bop to it. But there's not one track that you dropped thus far that I'm like really like, yo, I feel it. Yo, what? Let me play that again. Yo, play that again. Like,
but it's when she's on everybody else's shit that you just really be like, oh,
yeah, like when she was on like
Tigers.
Crank This, when she was on Tigers, motherfucker up, yo, that's on constant repeat on my MP3. That's the type of song that I can listen to at least 3 times in a row before I even get sick of it for that day, and then I'll just go to another, the rest of the list of songs that's on my MP3. But
y'all need to get Tyga's album.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say. Like, everybody be on Lil Weezy's jock and everybody's on Drake's jock. No, get Tyga's album.
Yeah.
It's hot. Tyga's album is hot. We have, 211.
Oh, Brandy.
So, like, I had a brain fart when I heard her on something. I can't remember what the interview was, but I heard her on something, and I heard her mention the album title, and it just sounded like really blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck did she just say? But when I was watching, I wasn't able to rewind it, and so I'm just like, all right, well, at least she got a title of the album. I don't really care about the title of the album. I just want the album to come out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I can give what you call an album. You can call an album garbage bags for all I care. Mm-hmm. Just bring the shit out. I want to hear some. I want to see a track listing on pre-order like Monica got her track. She got her My Life on pre-order. You can see how many tracks she got on.
It's dropping next in
April,
like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
April 10th.
So it's like all right. So
she has to have that.
We can pre-order, but not every artist you can pre-order on iTunes like in advance. Not every artist does that, and not every artist has their bio profile.
You have to get to a certain status,
right?
You can't just be a brand new artist and have something pre-ordered.
Well, it's not even some of the brand new artists.
Oh yeah, because Nicki Minaj, her first album was on pre-order. But that's because of the buzz. Put like this, you have to have a crazy buzz.
Something has to, like, you have to have that.
You have to have
that artist profile, because when you go and they have that nice little picture and you see the big old paragraph and they talk about the artist, and you have to have that. Yeah. I have yet to see Brandy have that on iTunes. She didn't have that with her latest album. June, though. Right, but I'm just not. I'm just aggravated because it keeps being pushed. I mean...
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out in
April-ish.
And then May. And then now it's June. And then you don't even have an actual date in June. You keep saying June. So what does that mean? June 15th, on 28th? Like...
VH1's Morning Buzz or Show Buzz. She was on there with Monica. And they were talking about the album. And she said spring. So, I mean... But anyways, I wanted to talk about 211 real quick because... I wanted... There are a lot of videos circulating on YouTube and around about the concept of 211 and how 211 is synonymous with a lot of events that has taken place regarding the Illuminati, and how 211 is this mystical, magical Illuminati number, and they tried to make this huge conspiracy with the fact that on 2/11, Whitney Houston died. On 2/11, Jennifer Hudson was given some kind of accolade in reference to Whitney Houston. On 2/11, it's Brandy's birthday, and Brandy was the first African American Cinderella. Like, the video was really trying to say that Clive Davis is really taking Jennifer Hudson and trying to place Jennifer Hudson in Whitney Houston's shoes,
which would never happen,
and that the video was also trying to say that Brandy is in cahoots with the Illuminati, and the reason why she named the album after Whitney obviously is because of the death, and she's trying to.
First and foremost, I have something to comment about this whole Illuminati conspiracy with everybody. It just seems as though, like, they're just linking it just seems like all of these believers of the Illuminati, first and foremost, I'm an educated individual. My whole concept of you believing what other people have to say, stop listening to what other people have to say as far as this Illuminati. Do your own research as far as Illuminati. Because if you really go back and do your research as far as what the Illuminati group stands for, it has nothing to do with what these other people are talking about. Oh, they're devil worshippers and this and that and stuff like that. Do your research. Do thorough research before you start believing what other people have to say. It states it in the Bible. Man is a liar. There will be many false prophets that are going to come after me. Please do not believe what other people are saying about this. Oh, and it seems like everybody's linked. If somebody's very successful, they're linked. Lady Gaga, she's in the Illuminati. Jay-Z, he's in the Illuminati. Beyonce. So it seems like, all right, so if I come out and I'm successful, so if me and Wes all of a sudden become successful artists in the music game, now we're part of the Illuminati? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. If I come out with a video and there's like a diamond figure in my video, I'm a part of the Illuminati, that makes no sense. And then on top of that, everybody keeps saying, oh, they're devil worshippers and this and that and stuff like that. How about you do thorough research first of what the Illuminati, the original Illuminati group stands for, and then stop listening to these people and what they're now turning the Illuminati into. It makes no sense. Leave that out. Like, leave that for the people that want to listen to, that don't have a mind of their own. If you have a mind of your own, just think about what you want to think about. Stop thinking about what everybody else is thinking about. That's my opinion on that. As far as Brandy being a part of the Illuminati, I mean, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. But at the end of the day, do we know Brandy? I don't know Brandy like that. I've never had dinner with Brandy. I don't know. Right. Just like I said in the past video about Obama. Does anybody really know Obama? As far as the rest of the world is concerned, who doesn't know Obama, he's the first black president. I'm sorry, that was not needed for quotes. Yes, he's the first black president. But besides the fact that you know that he's the first black president, what do you really know about Obama? Oh, I love Obama. Oh my God. Do you know Obama? You don't know Obama. So until you know these individuals, until you've actually sat down, had dinner with them, met their family, met her daughter or something like that, stop speaking about Brandy being an Illuminati when you don't know Brandy. Stop speaking about Nicki Minaj being an Illuminati when you don't know Nicki Minaj. Stop speaking about Jay-Z and Beyonce being an Illuminati when you don't know them. Stop saying Beyonce, oh, she didn't really have Blue Ivy. Right. It's a surrogate mother when you don't know them. Right. Like, it's enough is enough. Like, and I can't stand when people actually go as far as to believing what other people have to say when you don't know that person that's saying it and you don't even know the individual that they're talking about. That makes no sense. And umbilical cord off. Yeah. On that one. Basically.
So when I was watching the video, I was very disturbed by what they were saying, and how they were saying that when somebody does this and they're talking, that means that they're keeping a secret because this is some Illuminati kind of thing. But of course, and it was really crazy because Jennifer Hudson was on. I think it was the old white guy, Larry
King Live.
Yes. With Clive Davis, and they were talking. No, it wasn't. It was Pearson. I don't really. Morgan Pearson.
Morgan Pierce.
Or
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were on that, and he was asking him. Morgan was really comparing Jennifer Hudson to Whitney Houston, like really going in, like, oh my God, you really sing the song and this and that, and how do you feel when people compare you to Whitney Houston and this and the third or whatever? And of course, Jennifer Hudson goes like this, and she starts to talk about Whitney Houston and how she feels about Whitney Houston and so forth and so on. And then that's when the people that edited the video was like, now look at how Jennifer is holding her hands. This is the Illuminati symbol and blah 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 of secrecy, and she's lying and da 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 da. And then we turn to the Monica and Brandy interview where Whitney comes out and she was a little frazzled. She looked a little frazzled or whatever, and she disturbed the Clive Davis interview. And she hands Brandy the note. Right. And when she hands Brandy the note, they show her put her hands like this and so forth and so on, and then she gives the note away and so forth and so on. And then on a later interview, the guy asks her about the note, and then she goes like this and she starts to talk about the note. So it's like, you don't believe any of that Illuminati stuff?
No, I don't. Okay. I don't believe it.
I wanted to know,
because not for nothing, most of the time when I talk to people, and yeah, you can call me Illuminati all you want, I know who the hell I am, whatever. Most of the time when I'm speaking to somebody, it's a corporate stance. Like if I'm at a desk or something like that, like today when I went to my audition earlier today, I stopped at the front desk and I said, while I was waiting, I had my hands just like this at the desk, and I was just like, hi, and I'm just here for the audition and stuff like that. Like, this is how I usually sit. And when I sit and I talk, I sit like this. So for you to go as far as now we're going by hand gestures. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
do you think it was a smart move for her to name the album 211?
It's her decision. She can name the album whatever she wants to, just like how you said. And at the end of the day,
I can care less, to be honest, but I just want to hear your thoughts.
To be honest with you, when I first heard that she was naming the album 211, I kind of felt like, Brandy, no. Don't do another number. Like, Adele has already done it, and so has Beyonce. So now you're going to be compared to them as far as now you have an album, you know, with numbers on it.
Interesting, because I never thought about that.
Yeah, because, I mean, Adele, and then
20,
remember
21.
Beyonce got, you know, slack for it because Adele was the first one to do it. You know, she did 19, that was her first album, then she did 21, and then right after she did 21, Beyonce came out with 4. And then now Brandy's doing 211. You know, like, let's start being a little bit more original, and I feel as though Brandy knows how to be a little bit more original, being the fact that she was an artist of the 90s. Every artist that came out in the 90s were original. You cannot compare any artist that came out in the 90s to anybody. You can't compare Aaliyah to Brandy. You can't compare Brandy to Monica. You can't compare Whitney to Mariah Carey. You can't compare Biggie to Tupac. You can't compare Lil' Kim to Foxy Brown. Everybody did their own thing. Everybody was original in the 90s. So I kind of feel like coming from the 90s, you shouldn't have done that. Like, there's so many other things that you could have named your album, but being the fact that her and Whitney were as close as they were, like, you have to remember, this was her idol. This is somebody who made her.
And I get that. And I totally get it. I totally get it.
So it makes sense.
But I want you guys to write your comments below on the video about this particular topic, if you guys even care about this particular topic. But y'all know I'm a Brandy buff, and he's a Brandy buff. And when I was watching this interview, I found out that Brandy is really into video games, and I'm like, this is why I love her. This is why. And she's so ghetto, like, OMG, but she doesn't portray that in her videos. But anyways, I want to see more of the ghetto, fabulous Brandy. So yeah, Brandy.
I don't know if you saw the video though recently, the show that her and Monica did in Atlanta over the weekend.
They performed?
Yeah, they performed in Atlanta. And they both did their own little Whitney tribute. It was cool. It was cool. And
it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's all over YouTube. And they did a great job.
Did they?
Mm-hmm. Y'all need to stop all this Illuminati thing though. Like, that really gets to me. Like, it's like everybody's linked. Like, once somebody becomes successful, automatically.
But it was funny because I never really, I didn't hear anything. I've never heard anything about Jennifer Hudson and all of that. Because of course, they wanted to say that she was the reason why her family got murdered and all that, because to boost her career and make her more successful.
Of course they would say that.
It's always a sacrifice, like with Kanye West's mother. It's always a sacrifice that you have to do to become whatever it is that they're trying to become.
Well, you know what? In that case, like I said, we don't know these individuals, so I'm not going to speak on it.
Right.
I'm really not going to speak on it. I know that I'm not a part of no damn group, but my own self.
Right.
Okay, so if you want to call me Illuminati because I sit like this, and this is the way I was taught since childhood to sit like this because it's presentable, not sitting like this or something like that, or, you know, hunched over like this, like I was taught since, you know, a very young childhood. Like, you sit up like a man and you know, cross your hands like this. That's it. For you to say, okay, now this is a gesture of the Illuminati, like, so that means that everybody that does this now is Illuminati, that doesn't make any sense. And Whitney's been in the game way too long for you to now start linking her to some damn Illuminati. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
And Brandy, you know I love you.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect and appreciation for that woman. But I just cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to hear the album. I'm just really hoping that there's way over 50. I want there to be over 15 tracks on this album.
Well, there better be, because if there's 22 tracks on Nicki Minaj's album, there better be at least 20 tracks.
Tyga has 23 tracks on his album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2 of which are interludes, but still 23 tracks, and I can listen to the whole entire album. I do not have to skip a song on Tyga's album. That's how good the album is for me. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, go buy Tyga's album. Brandy, please make sure when you come out, please don't come out with 10 tracks.
The only thing I'm not understanding, though, is like, okay, yeah, Monica had a few singles, well, maybe like 2 singles that she dropped before, you know, her and Brandy did their collaboration. What happened to Brandy's single? Like, not for nothing, if you are dropping an album in June, because not for, like, we live in a time now where it's like, you can't drop an album if you're not getting a buzz off of a single. You know you can't drop an album because the album will fail.
Right.
Okay, so
when is she planning on releasing this?
Yeah,
when?
I mean, because what if people don't like the song, Brandy?
Right.
What, are you gonna push back the album again?
Right.
So it's almost like, what are you waiting for? Like, release a song now so that we can hear a little bit of what's about to happen.
While there is a buzz going about you,
and then give us a chance to speak on it, because don't tell me that you're gonna wait until like mid-May. Or like when we go away to Sizzle, which we were looking forward to having your album, you know, on the road trip to Sizzle. We really were, but that's not gonna happen. But if you drop your album around like late May, and you're dropping it, if you drop your single like in late May, and
that's ridiculous.
You have an album coming out in June. That doesn't make sense, because what if the song fails? I mean, because not for nothing, It All Belongs to Me is not really carrying anything right now. It's really not.
It's only 1 million views on Vivo, and I'm kind of sad.
Yeah, that's it. And it's only 1 million because, and not for nothing, that video came out, what, 3 weeks ago? And it's only at 1 million?
I'm sad. But what I will say is that when you look at Beyonce, there was like it's like her whole album leaked before it came out. You know what I'm saying? And people were not liking the songs that were leaking at all. People were not liking it at all. So you can go from being like deemed,
but that's okay. But see, that's okay for Beyonce to do, because at the end of the day, her album is still gonna go #1 because she's still.
But what I'm saying
has a relevant, relevant. I hate that word relevant. She still has a very strong fan base still.
She's current.
Yeah, she's
basically
current.
That's it.
Yeah, she's still current.
It's not like she's been out of the game for a while. But at the end of the day,
her whole album can leak, and she's still gonna go #1. Brandy, you have to think about the fact that you haven't been out in a very long time.
Not only that, though. Not only that, because it doesn't really matter how long the person's been out. Obviously, because Beyonce didn't do so well with the album. She didn't. She did not do this well.
No, she didn't. But you know what? One thing I can say about Beyonce, her albums are longevity, because Love on Top is #1, the #1 R&B song in the country right now, and that album came out 2 summers ago, didn't it?
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Love on Top is the
what I'm
#1 R&B
saying
song
though,
right now.
when she released all these freaking songs for everybody to listen to, nobody was really feeling the song. So that's why I'm saying, Brandy, you need to figure out. You need to get that track that you and Sean Garrett was playing.
It's not even Brandy. We're talking to the Brandy management team. Who's her manager? Her cousin or something like that, right? You need to, because I don't blame the artist. Me, myself, personally,
but at the end of the day, if the artist was brave enough and strong enough and knew what it is, you really think, well, Beyonce works for herself. Yeah, but I mean, you really think that, I don't know, Brandy is kind of laid back.
No, but some artists need that guidance. Some artists need that. And I kind of feel like, okay, if you have that job title, then you have it for a reason. Remember, Beyonce, fired her father for a reason. She wanted to become her own manager. So she made sure, okay, I'm going to do everything on my own.
But some artists can do that and some artists can't, because obviously you see how Monica's creating her situation. Like you look at Monica and you feel like she has control over her situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You feel like she has control over her situation. Like I feel that if Monica was sitting next to Sean Garrett and she really wanted the audience to hear the song, Monica would have made sure we heard the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the clear separation between Monica and Brandy. I get it. I respect it. Great.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, I feel they are. But I feel that by now, Brandy should have a lot of confidence within herself to say, okay, this is a hot song, so I want to put it out. I want them to hear it, and I want to get the feedback. Because, like he's saying, at the end of the day, if you're gonna wait till we get back from Sizzle, which is the 30th of May, to really do something, and your album is supposed to be coming out in June, like there's really not
enough
going
time.
to be. It's not,
and you're not giving the audience enough time for them to even
vibe with it and listen to it,
to grow in them. Because everybody who hears a song for the first time, it could be a good song. They're not gonna fall in love with it the first time they hear it.
And come out with a hot track. Do not come out with another ballad. I will be pissed off to the highest level of passivity if you decide to come out with another ballad, because nobody wants to hear ballads right now. Like, we're not feeling that.
And I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Don't do a ballad until it's your 3rd single. Hit us up with some 2 hot tracks, because we already have It All Belongs to Me, which is going to be on both of you guys' album. So we don't need another ballad. Your next ballad should not come until your 3rd or 4th single, period. If you make it that far. Nowadays, artists, unless you're like a Rihanna or Beyonce, they don't have the liberty to be dropping single after single after single. Right. You have 2 singles and you done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where did she go? Where did Brandy go?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah, and if this album is as promising as you're saying it's going to be, Brandy, please this time around, make sure you come out with 4 videos for your album, because it seems like for the last 2 albums, which was Aphrodisiac and Human, you came out with just 2 videos. You didn't. You like it's like. Brandy, like,
but the part it was not a video.
The only reason why it's upsetting to us is because we like you that much. It's because we like you that much.
I'm so tired.
And the fact that we are paying fans, like we go out and buy.
But
it
sounds like we're really going off on her. But I just wanna say one thing, because I love you. You know I do. But I don't want to see another video where you're standing around and everything around you's moving, or we see a story around you. No. I want you to be involved in the video. I want the story to be you, and I want you to act in the video. I don't want you posing, doing all this that you do, and the world is like changing around you. No. What about all of us? We seen that already like 8 years ago. Like, really? I'm trying to get back into the,
But you got the dancing with
sitting
the
up
stars
in my room.
You.
Like, that was hot.
And now, Brandy, now that you have the Dancing with the Stars training behind you, I mean, get, what's his name? What's her partner's name? Mark or something like that? Or Max? Yeah, Max. Get Max involved again. Like,
that would be hot. That would create a buzz.
Get Max involved again. Once again, the only reason why we are doing this, Brandy, is because we are your diehard fans, and I'm not coming at you in any sort of which way.
No, we love you.
It's because you know what, Brandy? You know what's the problem right now? 2012. We lost one of the one of the best singers in the world. For them to just say that she's just the best, there are plenty of vocalists that sing just as great as Whitney did. We lost one of the best vocalists in the world. 2012. That's what we started out with. Besides that, there's really no other female R&B singer, and I say that with capital letters. There's really no female R&B singer besides you and Monica that can really, put out great music once again, which is what the music, especially the R&B, especially the R&B fans. This is what we need right now.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, like you're really letting Nicki Minaj become the R&B singer. No offense, and once again I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, but she's not a singer. She's not a singer. She knows that. She said it herself in Stupid Hoe, and I ain't hit that note, but fuck you. She said that. She doesn't hit notes. She's not a singer. You understand? And Rihanna she can sing, but she's not a singer. She knows that.
Yeah, she does.
She knows that. She can sing. She's not a singer. We need our singers back. We need our singers back, for real. Especially our female singers. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter.
All right. So I sent a message out on Facebook. I Facebook a lot. You guys should follow me on Weshen Online. Weshen, WESHEN online. What?
I didn't know you was on Facebook.
Yeah. I Facebook a lot. So when I update my Tweetcaster on Twitter, it automatically updates my Facebook. And so I sent out a recent message asking the people, whoever follows me on Facebook, do you think that if we're cool, we're buddies, that I've messed around with a particular individual. Okay. And you've seen me mess around with this particular individual, and that's all that it is, really. It's just us having sex, and that's what it is. And then me and that particular individual fall back. Okay. You met this individual like years ago. Okay, but it doesn't really dawn on you that you've met this person before. You get a sense that you've seen them before and that you've met them before, but it doesn't really dawn on you because it was a while ago. Whatever. Okay. Long story short, you find the particular individual that I messed around with attractive. You realize that me and that person aren't really doing much anymore. You spark up a conversation with the guy. Okay. And so to the audience now. Okay, he sparks a conversation with somebody that I had messed around with just sexually, and the two of them gain a connection. Okay, do you feel that Centric is in the wrong for messing with a guy that I had messed around with? Yeah. Do you think that that's a wrong situation?
So basically, for example, if it was that situation, you mess around with somebody, I met them years ago, but I didn't know that you messed with them.
No, you did know.
Oh, I did know.
Yeah, you know, you see, everybody knows. You see the not the relationship, but you see the sexual ship that's going on, and you get it or whatever. And then you even ask me, you're like, hey, what's going on with you and that person, blah, blah, blah. And I say, oh, he's just a cool guy, whatever. He's, cool guy, or whatever. And you leave it at that, and then that person comes up to you, and y'all start talking, and y'all start conversating, and y'all are attracted to each other, and then y'all decide to have sex. And, like, how would you feel about that situation? Do you think that he's wrong for having sex with somebody that I had sex with? Answer that question. Yeah, I guess that's the question.
It really depends on the situation, because if you actually if you actually were really involved with this person relationship wise, like if it wasn't just a sexual relationship, then yeah, that I feel as though that would be wrong, especially me being your friend.
If it was a sexual, if it was a relationship, or
if it was more
wasn't,
like a relationship, like
right.
if you were actually in a relationship with this person for years on end,
right.
and I knew and I was around it, and then years later, you're no longer together, and then I decide to reach out to that person, and then we create a bond amongst us, and then now we're having sex, and then now this could potentially be turned into a relationship. That would be a pretty damn weird. That's a little out there, because I mean, at the end of the day, me and you would still be friends. So where does that leave that person? And then where does that leave us because of this person?
Right.
That's
right.
crazy.
So you would agree that if there was a relationship that I had started with this individual, that you would not get involved? Do you think it would be wrong?
And if that's the case, and that person does it, then that's not your friend.
Okay.
Umbilical cord off.
Okay.
That's not your friend.
So what if it is just sex?
I kind of feel like, but see, that's what I'm saying. Sex is not relationship. There's a difference. Sex is sex. Relationship is relationship. That's intellect. That's emotional. That's getting to know somebody. That's dating. That's traveling together. That's fighting, breaking up, getting back together. That's a lot that goes into that. Sex is just sex. So if you actually were just having sex with that person, simultaneously, from time to time, and then I, met up with this person a little bit after you stopped. No, but see, if you're still having sex with this person, and then I go and I have sex with this person, now that just becomes nasty.
Right.
that becomes nasty.
Right.
And then on top of that, it becomes blatant, because if I knew that you were having sex with this person, why would I go and do that? That once again, that's not your friend.
Right.
That's not your friend.
Right. But
in a situation whereas we're having sex with that individual, and it was just sex, no relationship, y'all were doing your own thing, and then a little bit after, all of a sudden you stopped having sex, you don't have no dealings with this person no more, and then I went as far as to going, and then we created a bond, and then we have sex, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. For the simple fact that there's no connection amongst y'all anymore, and there never was. Now, if there was a connection, whereas there was a relationship, then that's where the problem lies. But if it was just sex, and there was no relationship involved, and then we have a bond, and then now we're having sex, and they could possibly turn into a relationship, then I don't feel as though there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Everybody's an adult. They can make their own decisions regarding
Right. And a lot of people were saying that on my Facebook. They were like, it's 2012. That's some boy shit if you really think that it's an issue. But if the person is just having sex, and then another person was like, well, everybody's leftovers. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's really exclusive unless you're a virgin. And who's really a virgin in this day and age?
Well, the kids, hopefully.
Well, but I had to put that out there because obviously it's relevant. I wanted to get you guys' point of view on it. So definitely leave comments below the video. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that you should get involved with different? Because we did a video about this a while back when Jose was on here, the guy that does Obelisa, and he was saying that he feels that you should not feel that you can't talk to the guy that your friend's messing around with or whatever, because you'll never know if that could be your soulmate. you shouldn't allow that particular situation to shield you from that, because that person could be your potential soulmate. Not everybody is for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So they may not have worked out, you know, your friend and that person, but that does not mean that you and that person can't work out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he felt about it. And, you know, I feel that that is true. What I will say about the situation is, yes, I feel that if I'm in a relationship with somebody and you know that I'm in a relationship with them and our relationship does not work out, then I feel that you should not intervene on that, because that
then
just,
no matter what, it's going to affect the friendship.
Right. That just says a lot.
And if you cared about the friendship, then you wouldn't go and act on it.
Right.
You know, and I totally agree with what, you know, Jose said, as far as like, well, what if these two people are soulmates? Then that's when it really becomes complicated, because it's just like now, like, so you're gonna really like diss your friend and say, oh, this is my soulmate? I don't know. All right, in that situation, that's where communication comes in. All three of y'all gotta sit down and talk about it. All three of y'all gotta sit down and really, really talk about it, because if they create a bond amongst one another and they are actual soulmates, then something has to work out. Something has to work out.
This shirt is glistening. I'm just looking. I keep looking down at my shirt. Y'all know I keep looking down at my shirt. Like, I've never had something like this before. You know what I'm saying? And it says Aconnectiontv, and it has a TV, and it has a New York. It's this is hot. I love it. Like, and I'm just looking at it. All I see is sparkles. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, I don't know how it looks in the camera, but I hope it looks hot. I don't know. Is there one more thing you want to talk about before we go? But I really had to touch upon that life issue, because here's what I'll say. God damn it, I'm annoyed. Okay, and this is why I'm annoyed, because, and I was talking to my brother about this earlier, it's like an hour or so ago. How we in gay relationships. This is the gay part of Bfam. So if you don't like gay shit, turn the channel. All right. But how in gay relationships, we are real fashionable when it comes to gay relationships. And what I mean by that is we change our mates the way that we change our underwear, the way that we change our jeans, the way that we change our sneakers. Like, we're real fashionable when it comes to relationships. If it's not in, then we're not with him. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. And I think another issue with gay relationships is the mentality of bottom and top and verse. I'm victim of it, and I was just explaining it to him. But I feel that when you get into a situation where you give yourself to somebody sexually, and you're not the one, you know, hammering down, but you're the one receiving, I feel that you should have a sense of ownership about what you're giving away to somebody, because you should have that sense of pride within yourself. And I feel that you shouldn't give yourself to just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry at all. And I feel that if you do decide that you want to do that, and you have a good connection with the person, then that person should understand what you just did and should have respect for you, period. I think a lot of the times what happens in relationships or these gay situations is that the guy that's the top or whatever really goes around just hammering down all of the bottoms of the world without any kind of respect or care for that particular person. And I think that's just not a good thing. I really don't. And I think that anybody that's able to do that, they're really evil. Like,
I wouldn't say that.
I do. I feel that, because it just doesn't make sense on here's what I would say. If you clarify the situation, if you say, this is just a wham bam, thank you, man, we just about to have sex, blah blah, get it in, and be done, and we move on, fine. That's fine. That's what we agreed to. We're grown adults. We agreed to that. But 9 times out of 10, that does not happen. That vocabulary does not take place. And 9 times out of time, like I was saying, it just, that discussion does not happen. You know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody and you like somebody and you lay down with them, and then the next day they don't call and you don't hear from them, that rocks the brain. It does. It rocks the brain. It makes the person feel like, well, damn. Like, what just happened? Like,
yeah, but see, all right, but you're saying after this was discussed?
No, not after this was discussed. I'm thinking that I'm talking about the times where there aren't any discussion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
See, and that would be the responsibility of that individual. That would be the responsibility of that individual. You can't expect that because you went to bed with this person that they're gonna call you the next day. Don't expect. See, that's the problem with a lot of people nowadays. You're expecting too much. Stop expecting. And if you're gonna, and if you are a person, and not to say that that's bad, because I'm a person that expects a lot, you know, based on my upbringing. If it's actually no, it's actually no.
Listen,
no, seriously, no, it's actually no, Wesley. We have a lot of similarities, by the way, because we do expect a lot. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing to expect a lot. But see, don't expect much when you haven't discussed anything. If you're going to bed with this person, then don't expect much.
Okay,
afterwards.
I get that. I get that. I get that. But I guess I just don't understand why there isn't a care in the world.
Because people just don't care.
And I just don't get it. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
and how many times have I told you this? I told you that there's only one Wesley. There's only one Centric. There's only everybody. Even if you have a twin, everybody's their own individual. Nobody is gonna think the way you think. That's why everybody is an individual. Nobody's gonna think the way you think. The way you may think. Okay, after I bang the shit out of this shorty, I'm gonna call him tomorrow and see what's up.
But you know what?
Somebody else is not gonna think that way.
It's funny though, because when you're in top mode, like, the mentality changes. When you're in bottom mode, the mentality changes too. And
not for everybody.
Not for you. Not for him.
For you,
not for him.
For you, it does.
Because he could do whatever he want to do and not bat an eyelash. But for the young gays out there, how are you doing, young gay? If you're watching this particular video, I feel your pain, goddammit. I feel your pain. And what I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, what I've realized, and I'm still going through my woe is me moments because you guys have seen the videos. You know that at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Point blank period. Point blank period. Okay. I haven't had much experience with relationships at all. Like, not much experience. And so when I go through an experience, I'm just lashing out and I'm angry and it just doesn't make sense. Like, who the fuck does this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I've been there and I've done that, and then, you know, it happens to all of us. But what I've realized is that even in that situation, I have to love and understand myself and embrace who I am as a person. And it goes so far to talk about this particular individual is trying to get to know me. And I told him right off the bat, I said, you know, I'm a semi-popular blogger and, you know, I'm publicly known. So, yeah, there's a lot that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot. Not besides the thing that's down here, there's a lot that comes with this. You know what I'm saying?
Too much.
And he was just like, well, you know, whatever. I don't care about all of that. So, earlier tonight, he hit me up and was like, you know, congratulations on all the things that's going on. I see that you're getting these interviews happening, so forth and so on, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, I appreciate it. Thank you. He goes further into saying that, you know, I want to get to know you. I really find you interesting and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, slow down. You need to watch everything that I do first before you start saying all of that stuff. Because once men find out what I do, they go the opposite direction. And he was like, we had this conversation already. I don't really care about all that extra stuff. I want to get to know you for you. And I was like, okay, all right, that's nice. That sounds nice, you know? But there aren't a lot of men out there willing to do that. Like, there aren't a lot of men willing to communicate and say, hey, this is just a fuck session. Let's just do this. Or, hey, I don't really think of you as a boyfriend, but, you know, you are a cool person to be with, and, you know, as a friend, and that's just it. Like, why can't people be verbal? Why can't we talk? Why can't we as individuals, as human beings, as a minority, as a gay man, as a life form, discuss how we feel about any particular situation and respect one another in that light. It really pisses me off that you honestly think that just the I don't give a fuck attitude is what really pisses me off, because you don't even think about it. You just go ahead and do it, and you just, oh, I'm done. I walk away. Or, you know, oh, well, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then when we and you and her and him and everybody gets upset, then we're the bitch. Then we're like, you know, oh, he's just, you know, oh, he's going through his woe is me moments. Like, that shit pisses me off. It's like how somebody can get so irate about their car being crashed, or, you know, they have a new bill or whatever. Like, why don't we get irate when we as people mistreat each other in any way, shape, or form, and don't even think about it? We just do it. And then when people get angry, like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, or Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Like, oh, perfect example. I'm about to fall out my bar stool. She was perfect example.
She was crazy.
But he made her that way. He made her that way. No. Like, you.
All right, no. I'm gonna stop him right now. Nobody makes you anyway. You make yourself that way.
No, but at the end of the day, if he would have just communicated and just didn't do what he did and didn't play her, sex. Really, when you infuse sex in a situation like that, certain things can happen. So if you don't, and I'm not saying every time if you do have this conversation that the person may not be psychotic, but that conversation was not had. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no care about it. It was just a wham bam, thank you ma'am, I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really trips me out when people think that that's okay, or they don't even think about it and they just do it. And then when the ramifications of somebody being emotionally unstable comes up, oh, then that person's crazy. Oh, I don't understand. They should just get over it. Like, what the fuck is that issue?
Well, you are going to be looked at as crazy. Well, that person is going to be looked at as crazy for the simple fact that you're especially as an adult, you're a grown up. You are responsible for your own actions.
Don't play with people's feelings.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. Who's to say that the person on the other side of things thought that your feelings were that deeply involved? Because obviously their feelings were not that deeply involved.
But we are all different people. That's why you need to have that communication in the beginning.
Exactly my point. So have that communication. Until you have that communication, then don't go to bed with that person. If you don't have that communication, if you go to bed with that person and you don't get what you expected, then don't get mad at it.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, child.
That's all I'm saying. And I only talk to him this way because he knows I love him. So that's why I talk to him the way I do. I'm a realist. You know, I come from a family.
And I am too. I am too.
No, he is.
But there comes a point where you have to be human, and if you're like, that's what really aggravates my skin. Like, it's just the simplicity of just being able to say, hey, what's going on? I really like you. I respect you a lot. But I don't really think this relationship is going to go any further. I don't see you in that way. I would really like to get to know you and be cool with you. But, I mean, if you think us having sex is really going to, you know, hinder that.
But in 2012, who really has that conversation before going to bed for the first time? Nobody.
And it's not even in 2012. In 2011, 2010, 2009, 2008.
Since the 90s. Nobody was doing that. Nobody had that conversation. It wasn't happening.
But what I will say,
if we had that conversation, then we wouldn't have so many teen pregnant girls.
What I would say is before we go to bed, we're going to have that conversation. We're going to have that conversation.
Yeah, before you go to bed, if that's the way you feel, if you feel as though you are feeling this individual, you feel as though, all right, if I have sex with this person right now, I'm going to catch feelings, then you make sure you have that conversation before going to bed with this person. So therefore, you're not looked at as the crazy one.
Right.
That's it.
We spoke about a lot in this Bfam video, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video.
It was hella long, but I hope y'all appreciate it. Because we covered a lot of topics.
Tweet this video, love this video, rate this video, share this video. Embrace yourself. Embrace yourself.
Don't listen to what other people say. Have your own mind. Think for yourself.
Right.
Don't listen to all of these rumors.
If you're 15, you're not alone. If you're 16, you're not alone. Yeah. If you're 18, you're not alone. If you're 21, you're not alone. Everybody has a battle. Okay? Everybody has a battle. Everybody goes through situations very differently. You live in your world, I live in mine. I've been a prime example of I live for myself and I do for myself. Nobody around me pays my motherfucking bills but me. So nobody can dictate how I live my life. I want you guys as young gay youth or as young individuals out there to be able to say that, to know that you can at 16, 17, get that job, do what you have to do, move out of that situation, because once you live in your own, or once you live with one other, like a roommate or whatever, somebody that's not your next of kin, your friend, whatever, then you live your life. You dictate how you live your life. Nobody can tell you anything. Not your mother, your father, your daughter, your brother, whatever. Nobody. Your sister, your brother. And that would be like my prime advice to give to you. Get it together. Realize that you want to live your own life. You want to be happy. But you're not going to be able to do that under somebody else's roof. If somebody has ruling over you, it's not going to happen. Okay, let me change that. I'm going to say you can't force it to happen, because they will be able to react and overreact however they want to. You're living under their roof. Some situations may work out, but not all situations will. So, with that said, get your own place. Okay, and create your own space, and that way you'll be able to live your own life. Okay, but either way, definitely have confidence and love yourself for who you are.
Respect yourself, respect others.
Yes, definitely. And I'll say this last thing: life is 90% how we react to it. No, okay, let me rephrase this. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. We're emotional beings. And our emotions dictate our everyday life, period. Okay. And to add on to that, I will say that being gay is not a choice. Okay. I don't feel that it's a choice. And if you're young and you're impressionable,
it's a choice for some. It's a choice for some. You can't speak for everybody.
I said me.
It's a choice for some.
For some. Those people are over there.
Here we go.
Okay.
No. We're not segregating on here on Bfam.
Those people
are over here with us too.
I guess.
We're not segregating on here on Bfam.
But yeah. I did not.
And the reason why I say it's a choice for some is because not everybody was born gay. Some people, because of life and the way things have happened to them, they happen to,
That's another video. That's another video, because I've explained how I feel about that, and at the end of the day, I don't think that something so vile could create who I am. Point blank, period.
That's because you haven't gone through it.
I haven't, but at the end of the day, I'm not.
So you can't speak on it.
I'm not saying. Okay, here's what I will say.
To be continued, because we're about to go.
No, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say.
We're about to go.
Here's what I will say. Okay. It has happened, and it does happen, and people are victim of it, and people do become gay or bisexual because of it. Yes, I do believe that, and it has happened.
Yes.
Okay, but that is not the sole reason for being gay, bisexual, or whatever. Like, you do not have to feel that because you were raped that this is why you are who you are.
No, not even.
And a lot of people,
not even raped,
or molested, or whatever.
Nothing. Not even in that realm.
That's what you mentioned.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about in general. You probably haven't experienced what that person has experienced as to why they chose to be gay. Okay. It could be so many different experiences. I've heard from even the friends that I have so many different stories. It's
well, here's what I'm gonna say. At the end of the day, to each his own. But what I will say is that I did not choose to be this way. I felt at a very young age I knew what I liked. And I feel that a lot of us can, understand and empathize with individuals that feel the same way. Like, a lot of us feel that we weren't, that this is not a choice and we were born this way. A lot of us feel that why would we decide to live a life that's obviously so ridiculed by our own peers, and that's where I'm at with it. I know people that have decided, that they said that they've decided to be this way. To each his own. Every case is very different, but
because in life, everybody's life is different.
Very different. Yeah. And I just want everybody to understand this. If you feel that you were born that way, then yeah, you were. Okay. If you feel that you weren't, and you feel that you have some life experiences that created you, then fine, that's you. But I just want the world to know that it isn't just clear and cut dry. There isn't a yes, I was born this way, or no, I wasn't born this way, or you know what I'm saying. There are cases where gays were born gay. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network. Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
And I'm Centric. Have a good night. Well, good day, good week, good weekend.
Thumb up this video.
Good night for us because it's nighttime
Share this
right
video.
now.
Tweet this video. Love
Yes,
y'all.
thumbs up.
Later.
Follow us on Twitter. You know what to do.